All right, boys and girls, today we're talking about one of the latest Windows 11 headaches. I'm talking about the new 25H2 update, specifically KB 5070.311. This update was supposed to make Windows better, cleaner, and more polished, but instead it ended up breaking some of the most basic things people use every single day. File Explorer is acting up, dark mode is bugging out, and the lock screen is even hiding your password button. So let's talk about what actually happened and why people are annoyed. So let's start with File Explorer. If you're a dark mode user, you're gonna hate this one. After installing KB 5070.311, every time you open File Explorer, you get a bright white flash on your screen before the actual window loads, like a small flashbang out of nowhere. And it's not just when you open it. It also flashes when you switch between Home and Gallery, when you make a new tab, when you toggle the Details pane, or even when you're doing certain file operations that show a dialog. Basically, any click can trigger this bright flash. People wanted smoother dark mode dialogues, but Microsoft kind of broke the vibe entirely with this glitch. What makes this funny and frustrating is that this update actually included improvements to dark mode. The update added dark mode support to a bunch of system dialogues like copy, move, delete, progress screens, and confirmation messages. So Microsoft finally made these dialogues match dark mode, which people have been asking for years. And at the same time, they broke the one place where dark mode matters the most, File Explorer. It's like they fixed the small details but somehow messed up the main stage. Now, let's talk about the lock screen problem, because that one confused a lot of users. After the recent Windows updates, some people noticed that their password sign-in button literally disappeared. If you're someone who logs in with a password instead of a PIN or fingerprint, you suddenly get stuck on the lock screen with no button showing. The button is technically still there, but it's invisible. So unless you already know where to click, it feels like Windows is blocking you out of your own PC. This is such a weird bug because it only affects specific login methods and it seems random. The annoying part is that Microsoft hasn't pushed an instant fix yet. And honestly, this update wasn't even a huge feature update. It was meant to be a small one with a few stability patches and UI improvements. Nobody expected dark mode to break, especially not in 2025 after years of people complaining about inconsistent themes. But here we are, dealing with flashing white screens and disappearing login buttons. So what should you do? If you haven't installed the update yet, it might be smart to skip KB 5070.311 for now. If you already installed it and you're annoyed by the white flashes, one temporary fix is switching your system to light mode. Light mode doesn't trigger the flashing issue. It's not ideal, especially if you prefer dark themes, but at least it stops the flashbangs. As for the invisible password prompt, you can switch your login method temporarily or click around that area until the text box appears. This whole situation shows something simple. Even small Windows updates can introduce weird bugs in the most random places. And the worst part is, these issues hit the things we use constantly. Opening File Explorer, logging into the PC, super basic stuff. And because it's part of the 25H2 rollout, this update is going to hit a lot of systems, so definitely be careful. So yeah, that's the state of Windows with the latest 25H2 update. If you want, I can also make a full tutorial-style video script on how to uninstall this update, how to roll back, or how to fix the issues temporarily. Just tell me and I'll make it.